Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to be reviewing Djarum Safari. Let's take a look at the pack. As you can see, looks fairly old, still sealed. On the front it says Djarum Safari, 12 cigarette kreteks made in Indonesia. Now, what interests me about this pack of cigarettes is that I believe these are no longer manufactured. So, they were never sold in the United States as far as I know. I don't believe that they were a domestic brand either, so I believe these were sold overseas, so not in Indonesia and also not in the United States. And it's my understanding that they're not manufactured anymore. So these are kind of rare cigarettes. I haven't seen a review for them, so let's see how this goes. It's a soft pack. From what I was able to read about these, they are unfiltered. There's 12 in here, and hopefully it's not as hard to open as the pack was yesterday, and hopefully these are a little bit more fresh than the Jakartas that I had yesterday, which I'm trying to freshen up. They are getting a little bit softer, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, let's open this baby up. This is my first day off in some time, so I'm trying to relax. Let's see what we got here. So like I said, the pack is a little bit old. I did get these off of eBay. Damn. I don't want to rip this pack like I did the last one, so I'm going to pause the video here. I'm going to open this up, and I'll see you guys soon. Alright YouTube, so who would have known that soft packs were so difficult to open? But I did manage to get through it, and I didn't screw up the case or the pack too badly. So we have the cigarette here. It has a nice Djarum band. It says Djarum Safari, and it has the Djarum logo. So I'll try to show you guys. Let's see what we got. You know what, maybe I should move my finger. So the way that's coming up, we have Djarum Safari, and this thing is unfiltered. Cigarette is a little bent up. I think that has to do with the way the pack was stored, but it's not as stiff as the Jakartas were yesterday, which isn't to say that these are soft either. Softer than the Jakartas were though, so hopefully the smoke is actually decent. So giving it a smell, it actually has some bit of a chocolatey smell actually. It's not as yesterday I said the Jakartas smelled like straight up clove, which was to say it didn't smell much different than rolling your own clove cigarette and just adding clove. Typically clove cigarettes have cloves, tobacco, and there's a special sauce, for lack of a better word. This smells like it's going to be more complex than the Jakartas were. So let's light it up. Hopefully the tobacco is not in horrible shape. Oh, ooh, nice. Already a lot better than the Jakartas were. I feel like I'm on a safari, man. So, my initial impression, this is definitely more of a traditional clove cigarette. I can sense the similarities that this has to, say, a Djarum Super or a Garam Professional. Not a huge amount of crackling. When I was reading, like I said, I could only find 2 separate forum threads that were talking about these. And I was reading that they were a little bit closer to the Djarum originals, which I guess had less clove than, say, Djarum Black. Somebody said that they were more clovey than the original, but less clovey than, say, a Djarum Special, which I haven't had the opportunity to try yet. So let's take a deep drag and see how much volume this thing can produce, and I'll try to get some taste. The paper is not sweetened at all. Getting none of it. It's actually a good cigarette. It's not very clovey. I am getting a little bit of the numbing sensation, but not hearing a lot of crackling. It's actually really smooth for an unfiltered cigarette. I'm just gonna enjoy it for a little bit. I'll take a smell hit and report back. Not a lot of flavor, and it's not a bad thing. It's just like smooth tobacco, maybe with a hint of clove. I am curious whether there would have been more flavor had I bought these cigarettes new. I'm not sure how old the pack was. It did have some wear and tear on it. And the cigarettes themselves were a little crumpled up. It is a good cigarette though. I could see, being on a beach somewhere with a beer and enjoying it. And I do like the design. And I'm not sure if it's because of the age. There's kind of a tinge to it that reminds me of weed somehow. Like what would the description be here? I'm not sure. So I don't think you could smoke these all the time, but they're not bad. It's almost like a I'm a terrible reviewer, as you can see. It has kind of a woody flavor to it, like mahogany or something. So I think these cigarettes are interesting mainly because I can find almost nothing, no information about them online. And the only pictures of the packs that I could find were from the eBay listing that I bought them from. And I also found one more picture that was a 10-pack of them. But it seems that, wow, it seems like the internet didn't really do a great job of archiving these. And so, again, this is less of a review and more of a historical video or a historical review. Just to say, you know, Djarum Safaris existed, and here I am smoking them. Good times. I'm gonna end this here. There's not too much to add. Maybe I'll add a little bit at the end, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. Maybe there were some Djarum Safari smokers back in the day. Just know there's one more person out there enjoying them. I have 11 left. I'll probably smoke them over time. I'm trying to smoke less. I'd quit for a long time and went on vacation and picked it up again. And it's been hard to quit. So we'll see what I can do. I'm gonna have one more cigarette review, and that is of the Djarum Bali Highs? I don't even know. But I ordered some packs from Japan. I haven't seen any reviews of the cigarettes. I've seen reviews online of the cigars, which are sold in the United States, but none of the cigarettes have been reviewed, at least on YouTube, that I can find. And for instance, I often use ciggiesworld.ch to buy clove cigarettes, and they've been out of stock of the Bali Highs for a long time. So I'm interested in reviewing them. I'm only doing reviews of things that haven't been done yet. It's definitely unfiltered, man. You could get a lot of smoke here. But it is a good cigarette, and it's held up well despite the age of the packaging. So yeah, I'll have one more review of the Bali High. I can't even pronounce that. Bali Highs. I'll try to get the name correct before I have the review up, but that should be in maybe a week. And then I'm not sure if I'll continue reviewing anything on this channel, but it won't be cigarettes, most likely. So we'll see what happens. I hope you guys enjoyed this little information on a lesser known cigarette, one that's not manufactured anymore, as far as I know. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. Peace. So to wrap up the review, I'm finished smoking the cigarette. So the Djarum Safaris are a lot closer to a traditional cigarette than they are to one that would be considered more clovey. For instance, Djarum Supers or LA Lights, while you're smoking it, you lick your lips. There's a sweet flavor. While you're smoking it, there's a sweet flavor. It's like candy almost. Whereas the Djarum Safari, nice. The Djarum Safari was closer to a traditional cigarette. There was a light clove flavor to it and a slight numbing sensation. But overall, I thought it was a good cigarette. I could see relaxing and enjoying a drink with it. And I have to say, Djarum does make good cigarettes, so if you find a pack of Djarum Safari somewhere, I'd recommend smoking them. They're a little closer to a traditional cigarette, but they're still good. Thank you guys.